To match up with the New York Jets. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now a first carry for the former Cleveland Brown, Isaiah Crowell. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On second down, Darnold. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And he spins past him and into space. Isaiah Crowell, he's all alone. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Isaiah Crowell, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Myers now to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. First carry now for Jordan Howard. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Let's go. Hey, check up. 180.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Room here to run. And he's going to be out of bounds 5-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage and every clearing space.
Now the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
Let's go. We're on the ball after this.
They go play action here on first down. This throw caught right around the 6. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Anthony Miller with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Parkey with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And complete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, a 22.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. He's got it to Williams. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now. Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
3rd and 2, Darnold. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47.
No. Check. Patriot.
Darnold from the gun. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
Detroit! Now let's go!
Here's Darnold. Going underneath for Crowell. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. The grab made by Kearse over the middle. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Darnold to throw again. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A good pickup after the penalty, 12 yards, and it's 2nd down. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Again, Darnold. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Leonard Floyd in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. It's Darnold. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. And Myers able to knock it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Let's
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Trubisky. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
After the interception, here's Darnold, eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Darnold. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Dumps off to Powell. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him 7 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the 50, it's Darnold. Safarian Jenkins has it. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down. A 1st down carry now for Crowell. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Darnold. A little dump off for Corral. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Darnold down to throw. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. This quarterback now, pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Crowell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's Darnold. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
They'll try and run for it with Crowell. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
He'll get it up the middle. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now it's Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Well, that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator. And what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They'll begin the drive with Howard, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Nathan Shepard in there to make the tackle. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense. On second down, Trubisky. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Von Miller in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. And he's going to go down again. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They go play action here on 1st down. And he rifles one incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A Chicago 1st down. The former Jag, Allen Robinson, on the catch from Trubisky.
Let's go, run the ball.
Trubisky with a give to Howard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Move, move, move. 180! Move, move.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. Now Trubisky lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. A give to Howard. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Come on, gotta go.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Trubisky now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Throw left side complete. It's Burton. And the ball is knocked out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They begin with a run by Crowell. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Khalil Mack's starting to get a really big-time reputation as a pass rusher, and rightly so. So explosive off the edge, getting to the quarterback. But he doesn't neglect his run duties as well. How about that tackle right there? Such a package he has, able to play the run and the pass so well.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he pops up, and it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? They go with Howard again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 3rd down, Trubisky. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Von Miller in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Elsewhere at Arrowhead, they're in the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have opened up a 2-touchdown advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a give to Crowell. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, he had 2 sacks earlier. Now he has 4 total tackles for a loss after that play.
Well, they obviously have to do a better job trying to block him. But short of that, you know what the quarterback has to do? Make sure he doesn't hand it to him when he's back there thinking he's one of his own guys. His quickness, his suddenness, his speed getting into the offense's backfield has been something else in this game.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Watch it now, Barney!
Darnold from the gun. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Back now at Soldier Field as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for New York. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is taken around the 12. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Not only was it a double move route, it was the dreaded post corner for any defensive back because you think that he's going all the way to the post in a deep route, and then he breaks it off to the corner. That's hard to flip your hips and get there.
Well, he didn't flip him in time. Big play. Trubisky now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Howard. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Darren Lee there to get him down. You gave the stat early on that he's one of just 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards last year, and then you said they needed to bottle him up for under 100 yards. He's way under 100 yards.
Bottom line, he's had virtually no success whatsoever.
And because of that, among a couple other reasons, they're down on the scoreboard. This is Cohen on the toss. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Let's go. We're on the ball after this.
Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. And he's got room. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short. This time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. Well, I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
First, they go right back to Howard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give them a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, gotta go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's to his running back, complete. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And a great return as he takes us out just shy of the 45. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Now a handoff to Crowell. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. On second down, Darnold. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. The shotgun snap for Darnold. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
He's back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards. First down now, but that clock rolling.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
He'll look to throw. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly.
Trubisky now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's first and 10. They'll look to throw. Throw left side taken in by Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Gotta go.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. There he goes left side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Back to the air, Trubisky after the pick six. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. One last shot for Trubisky. Open man is Cantrell. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the Jets, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Bears, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.